Alright, so today I kind of want to go over the exclusive Ace video and go over like why it's kind of a bullshit thing to complain about, to be honest, just giving you my honest opinion here. And basically I'm going to explain to you like a little bit more in depth how the game works. I'm doing this on BO4 right now just to show you and give you an example that hey, yeah, I know you can see the shadow, but hey, it's not any different than Modern Warfare. This is literally no different at all. What it works is in CoD, right hand peek is better. Right hand peek is better in CoD. So here's an example. I see about half of the character model. Okay? I see roughly half of it. If I take one step to the left, let me try and other way. Try and inch it here. So right here, he can't see me at all. I can see, well, he can see my foot a little bit. And I can see over half of his body. I take one step to the right, he can see the very tippy of my foot. You see that? You see that foot? Wait. Oh, wow. Invisible walls are a thing in this game, too. Okay, but if I go over to the left side here, and I'm just going to make it so that I'm completely parallel with this wall. If you go over to the left side, and you try and cover my character up, boom, you see a whole lot less of his body than you do on the other side. This is exactly how it is in Modern Warfare. There is no difference at all. This is how CoD has been since CoD 2. I don't even know. Probably the first CoD as well. This is how every FPS in the world is. Counter-Strike, Siege, Destiny, if for some reason you're sad enough to still play that game. It's exactly how it works in BO4 and every other CoD as it is in Modern Warfare. There is no extreme difference. The only difference being in Modern Warfare your character is a little bit like wider than normal, but the outside of the character model in Modern Warfare, see right here, I shoot the outside of his character model, he gets hit. Whereas in Modern Warfare, if you try and do that, you have to move your aim inside a lot more to get that bullet to register. So now I'm going to whip out my massive editing skills here, and I'm going to explain this to you in Modern Warfare. Let me find my other controller. So as you see, I shoot the edge of his character model. Nothing happens, nothing happens. About right there is when it actually happens. So your character model appears artificially wider than it really is, and it makes the peak in the exclusive Ace video look a little bit worse than it actually is. So now I'm going to jump on to Modern Warfare and try and kind of explain to you how this works to a little bit greater of an extent. Alright. So now we're on Modern Warfare, and as you see, the right-hand peek in Modern Warfare is far, far less than the exclusive Ace video showed, because what exclusive Ace was showing was the left-hand peek, which I already showed in Black Ops 4. Now, the difference is probably like an inch of the body. If that, it's an irrelevant difference, because if you're peeked out this far or this far, you're fucking dead. It doesn't matter. So here's how you take this information and apply it to your gameplay. If you do this, you fucking blow massive penis at Call of Duty in any FPS you will ever play. You are a terrible player, and I don't want to play with you on my team. This right here is unacceptable. For this very reason. This has been unacceptable since the beginning of fucking time. Since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, they would eat you and spit you out if you did some dumb shit like slow peek. Okay? So let me do this in a way where you can kind of understand. Or not understand, but not that you're stupid, okay? But in a way where I can explain it a lot better. So first of all, this is local play. I'm not on online services. I'm playing on a guest account primarily. There's no PSN on this. So you can kind of turn this into a lesson on how to break a pre-aim. Especially in Modern Warfare, this would be really useful to you guys. So as you see, this guy's in this corner. Oh my god, I probably just taught you all another corner you can camp in. Jesus fucking Christ. Have you no shame? I'm gonna slow peek this guy. And I would have been dead about 5 times over by the time I actually saw him. It's the same thing in BO4. It's the same thing in BO3. It's the same thing in World War II. It's the same thing in Infinite Warfare. It's the same thing in every FPS. Alright? So, how could you end up breaking a pre-aim like this? Okay? Guy sitting here pre-aiming. He literally has one thumb. Alright? He lost his left thumb in a fucking... a terrible lawnmower accident in '86, and here he is, playing Call of Duty, okay? The best way to do this, if you know that the guy is here, is not to peek and snap. It's certainly not to slow peek, okay? The best way to break this is called a camera, okay? That's what we call these things. Or you could call it a peeker's advantage, but that's mainly a CS term, and CS doesn't have sprinting because it's a terrible game, so it doesn't really apply in the same way. The way you break this is by moving your character as fast as humanly possible through this doorway. Now, the fastest way in this game, you could slide. If you know the slide timing, I mean, if you do this, then you're going to look kind of stupid. You got to know the timing of the slide perfectly, so that as soon as you come around that wall, your gun pops up. And a much easier thing, especially for your average player, is just to double sprint through the door jump. Jump before you get to the door. Jump in a way so that you don't hit your noggin, okay? Don't hit your noggin, because then you'll really look stupid. But you want to come as close to it as possible. See, I hit my noggin. It's that little part right there that messes me up. Hit my noggin again. God damn it, I'm looking fucking stupid. Okay. A lot of people are watching. We're going to do this, dude. Alright. We're going to get through this door pop. Wait, is this just... Oh, never mind. I'm not hitting my head, actually. You can barely hit your head on that door because you don't have hops in this game like you do BO4. I apologize. But you come through this door. You pop your gun up. You shoot him. Now, you might be asking yourself, that's pretty fucking stupid. Why don't I just, walk around and snap on him and just strafe to the left or just strafe back and forth and try and get him to miss? Well, there is what I would call a threshold. So right here I have a very special needs moment trying to explain this threshold. Basically, if you go too slow, they see you before you see them. If you go at a reasonable speed, you see each other at the exact same time. If you go at the fastest speed the game possibly lets you go, which would be double sprint in this game, then you see them before they see you. I go a little bit more in depth on how that works later on. Alright, once again, this is not online. This is just the way the game is. This is the game on LAN. When I come around this corner, I see this guy before he sees me. If you want to test that, pause the video. When I slide around this corner, as soon as I see him, pause the video and look at the top screen and tell me when he sees me. It's going to be later than when I see him. Now, the faster you come around this corner, the greater that advantage is. That's why it's better to double sprint jump or double sprint slide through the doorway instead of just walking through the doorway. It gets a lot more complicated when you have homeboy over here, when he's strafing, oh my god, say he's strafing or moving or playing at an off angle, the timings get a little bit weird. So if you're pre-aiming a doorway, you don't want to pre-aim it like this. This is bad because of this. It's bad. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my Elgato screen and not my actual screen, so my centering was terrible. Because you don't want to sit as in a, what would this be called? A perpendicular. You don't want to sit at a 90-degree angle to the doorway because you're opening yourself up to being cameraed by this vastly superior player on the bottom here. Okay. If you pop out and do something along these lines, and he wants to come through this doorway, you're giving him two options. Sprint through the doorway, try and camera, try and figure out where you are, or he can try and slow peek and clear the room like this. In which case, our top player here, the not better player at all, actually has a big advantage in the gunfight because he's not playing at an angle in which he is at a disadvantage if the other player is good. I hope you kind of understand what I'm saying. So, that's about as in-depth as I want to go with it. It gets a lot crazier the more and more you get into it, as far as the strafes go, the different ways to camera, how to camera different angles. I guess I could show you how to camera this angle. So say you walk up to this door, you throw a shoulder, boom, you see the guy, you're like, oh shit, he's pre-aiming. It's not a good idea to do this. It's not a good idea to slow peek him. How do I break that? What do I do? Well, you do what's called play the angle. You do this. Well, he was a lot deeper than I thought he was. You do this right here. You try and hit this angle. I can't. This is a tough one. This is a lot harder than it looks, dude. You try and hit it so that you are at the fastest possible movement speed and ready to shoot him as soon as he comes into your line of sight. So like that, in a way. So that's kind of like a more in-depth view on it. No, this does not need a change. No, Infinity Ward does not have to do a goddamn thing. It's not a problem. The reason that it appeared to be a problem in the exclusive Ace video, let me show you here. Let me look this way. When your character is walking, he leans in a specific direction. When he stops walking, you see the animation you get when you stop walking? It cuts back on that angle. So you see, when he stopped walking, during the walking animation, the character model was like right here. But as soon as he stopped, he kind of juked back this way. So in the exclusive Ace video, when she was, whoever the fuck was, peeking like this, or however the hell it was, the other character model saw her first, stopped moving, juked back, and you saw an elbow only. That's basically how that worked. But in reality, when Homeboy or Homegirl or whoever it was that he had put in his video, in reality, in any Call of Duty, if she or he was playing like that, I think it was a she. I think he said it was his girlfriend. That's why I'm going over all the pronouns here. Okay, it, he, she, it, who knows. Okay? In any Call of Duty, she could have died without ever seeing the character at all. It's totally within reason. So, that's about as far in as I want to go. This is a long enough video as is. I can go more in depth later on, but I'm not going to do it right now. I just wanted to give you the general gist of how things worked and why this isn't remotely an issue. So yeah, thanks.